fishy as in Purdue's favor. So
Mm-hmm.
that was my first thought. So I dug into it a little bit, and and it's because Ohio State opened up around this number against Maryland. Right, it was like 19 or something along those lines. So I was thinking the books might be factoring in some historical data. If you look back at that Ohio State Purdue series, the home team covered 5 of the last 7, won 6 of the last 7, and Purdue has won 3 of their last 4 at home. So Purdue's no slouch in this series, despite of how dominant Ohio State, may have been.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the under as well. I Purdue's quarterback, so Hudson Card, right? He's been playing through that ankle injury that he sustained in the Illinois game, but he was the victim of 6 sacks last week, and I think he's got 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the season, something along those lines. Travion Henderson's scheduled to return. Marvin Harrison looked good against Maryland despite that ankle injury. And then I don't know what's going on with Igbuka's injury, but I know Ryan Day said that wasn't long term. He
Mm-hmm.
said they were still evaluating his status against Purdue, so he may play, he may not. It kind of sounded like he might sit it out, but the reason I dug into those injuries is because this is one of those games where it's already kind of a lower total, but then again, Ohio State's totals have been lower this season, right? So they've
For good
played
reason.
Yeah, exactly. So they've played better defense. And it's one of those things where it's hard to ignore that historical component of it as to why this line is why it's not at 21, or
Mm-hmm.
24 or something like that. But I I don't think this Purdue team has the horses to keep up, but given it's supposed to be a rainy and windy game,
Mm-hmm.
that might be enough to make it a closer contest than it should be. So I still don't really have but then again, they could just run the ball, so
Mm-hmm.
I really don't have a lean on the side, but I just have the over, or sorry, I just have the under for
Under,
now.
yeah. Yeah, I'm on the under too, and Heisenberg in the chat brought up the first quarter team total for Purdue. I'm not seeing it here, but I'm sure it's out there. But even like a first quarter under might be a good situational play just because of Ohio State getting off to slow starts. And I'm fine with playing an under at this number. I know it's weird to see Ohio State at a number like this for a total. And it's not like Purdue is a crazy good defense, but I think Kyle McCord just hasn't shown enough. And I've been checking out message boards and such, and I think there's some talk about the backup. I don't know his name off the top of my head, so excuse me, Buckeye fans. But it's like it's one of those situations where it's like, well, our goal is to win a national championship. Can we win one with Kyle McCord? And I mean, they have like Marvin Harrison, which I think he's one of the best wide receivers in the nation, and he just isn't getting the ball in good spots enough. So I think offensively, this could be a tough game for them, especially if the weather is really that bad. Purdue could load the box, put 8 guys in the box. And, Henderson, he is suited to run well in a game like this, but I got to lean under here. And I think I'm going to lean Purdue too. I think those two are kind of correlated. Hope this is an ugly game for the under. And yeah, I think this total could continue to drop. It's at 49.5. I think it could get down to 47. I wouldn't be shocked there.
And that first quarter total is 10.5.
10.5. Do you see a team total like for Purdue a first quarter? Not a lot of books offer it, but like I think the number would be like 3.5 for Purdue, but it's going to be juiced pretty good to the under. Like you're gonna get like a minus, I don't know, 130. You're
Yeah.
basically saying like, is Purdue gonna score a touchdown in the first quarter? It's probably unlikely. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, so back in 2019, these two teams played. I think it was Urban Meyer's last season, and this was the year Ohio State only had one loss, and their one loss came to Purdue on the road in West Lafayette. So I don't know how much you can like take away from that because it's all different coaches and all different players, but I'm sure it's like in the back of some of the players' minds. Like I'm sure they know about this. So yeah, just watch out for the Boilermakers. I mean, this could be like one of those sneaky spots, and I always feel like the weather favors the underdog too. So
Yes. Mhm.
definitely